The cyberspace is home to billions of people and is the right platform you need to grow your business. The Center for Innovation and Technology is offering you a golden opportunity to speak directly to your market at an affordable price. We also offer media training workshops, live streaming, documentary production, and events management. Get in touch with us today on the following numbers: +263 867 711 0290 or 0718 100 235. Don't forget to subscribe to our social media platforms. Like our Facebook page, Center for Innovation and Technology. Follow us on Twitter @SiteZW. And you can also check out our website, www.site.org.zw. You can also visit our offices at 45 Moffat Avenue, Hillside, Bulawayo. Take advantage of this opportunity to expand your business.
It's a beautiful day and welcome to yet another episode of The Girls Table. My name is Hlenyo Mtetwa. Today we are discussing single parenting and specifically single motherhood. And joining me today is Mandy and Vu. Welcome ladies to The Girls Table.
Thank you for having us.
Alright, this is the part where you introduce yourselves.
I'm Vuyelwa Nyoni. I'm a mother of 2 beautiful sons.
Okay, lovely.
I'm Amanda Due. I'm a mother of 1 son. Yeah.
Alright, so can I hear what comes to your mind when you hear the word single mother? Off the top of your head, even if it's one word, what comes to your mind?
A very strong woman who has a beautiful child. I mean, having a child, first of all, is a blessing. So if the term comes to me, single motherhood, it's all about all these beautiful things and, you know, the life that I have with this particular human being. So for me, it's more of a life with him, and it's, I don't know, it's just kind of like, you know, you have this child and it's more of a connection between me and this child. But of course, there's other people who are involved in his life, but it's more me personally and him.
Right,
yeah, my connection with him. Yeah, my friend, my everything. Yeah.
What comes to your mind?
Strength, pressure. To be honest, it's just, okay, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I want to hear all of that.
Strength, pressure.
Pressure.
It's just a whirlwind.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, it's okay. So do we agree that the word single mother is, in the community, is associated with more bad than good?
Yeah,
We hear phrases like MY and so forth.
definitely.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know, but I've faced that a lot of times. It's as if when you tell someone that I'm a single mom, you are actually saying that, okay, I'm a lady ongaziphathanga, obengaziphathanga, hence I had a child.
All right. So before we get into or deep into our conversation, I want to hear your story, or I want our listeners to hear your story. So I'll start with you, Mandy.
Yeah.
Just briefly tell us your journey to being a single mother.
Okay. Right after high school, that's when I actually had him. So my relationship with the father was a good one, but along the lines, things didn't work out. So for a moment we were together, and then the next moment we were not together. But I had the child. He was still present in this child's life.
Were you guys married?
No, we're not.
You were never married?
Yeah, we were never married. It was just a relationship, and it was a known relationship traditionally in a way, but then it wasn't a marriage type of thing. I think I can put it that way. So we separated, and I was single, and yeah, the child was still
Did you
there.
guys decide to have your son together, or it sort of just happened?
It sort of just happened, and when we found out I was pregnant, it was an agreement that, okay, we're keeping this child. Yeah. So it was it was heading to marriage, but it never really.
Never.
Yeah, it didn't go there.
Okay, so we'll discuss whether you think it was because of your son or even outside him, you guys might not have gotten married. Your story, briefly?
Okay, I was 20, and yeah, it was a relationship. Then I fell pregnant, and I think maybe he wasn't ready for the commitments that come with overload. So after I'd given birth, the relationship was strained, and I think it was 3 years later we just broke up. That's my first son.
Okay.
Then the second, my second son, it was a very great relationship with a guy that I actually thought, okay, this is it. Yes. We actually got engaged. And then after saying military, and the guy's like, no, you're not the person that I thought you were, Then comes the accusations, you've got a child, you had a child before you met me, and all that stuff. Yeah, it came a lot of things, hence we ended up breaking up. Yeah,
all right, so part of our conversation today is to understand why there are more single mothers now than there were back in the day, or are they? Because we might say there are more single mothers now, but maybe they were there in the past, and it's a phenomenon that has always been there. So learning from your situation and of course your community, we want to hear, why do you think there's so many single mothers now?
There's so many reasons. For one, I think it's because if you look at relationships on their own, sometimes things don't always work out as planned. Especially, there's an age where you get to and there's pressure of being married and all these other things. So I think really it's between the two people. It's just things just never work out for some reason. I think maybe that's why. So I don't think someone wakes up in the morning and decides to be a single parent. I don't know.
No one these days. Women don't decide. And women now can say.
Okay, I've heard of people who want to have a child but don't want to be married. I've heard of something like that. But you don't wake up in the morning and decide I want to.
So you're saying there are more single mothers now because relationships don't always work.
Yeah.
So even when you started and you intended it to work, but sometimes it doesn't work.
Some things
don't.
Yeah.
What are the reasons?
I think nowadays, they cold feet too much. Like
exactly.
The idea of settling down with another person, it becomes too much.
For us or for them?
For them.
Like we're ready.
For them, okay. For guys.
Yeah.
For guys, I think it becomes too much. And at the end of the day,
All right. So is it our fault as women that there are more single mothers now than they were back then? No. We're talking education, we're talking contraception, we're talking choice of partner, is it our fault? Are we to blame?
It's not. I don't think it's our fault, but then we are blamed.
Yeah.
We are blamed.
Why do you think it's not our fault?
Because
it takes two to tango.
It takes two to tango. It's not really our fault. It's not really our fault. Really, it's not.
Okay, let's talk about contraception.
Yeah.
Where you guys certain, I'm going to make sure that, because there's out of wedlock, did you guys want to get married and have children? Or it wasn't really in any particular order?
For me, it wasn't really in any particular order. But like I said, the relationship was known, and I was with this person. It wasn't a relationship where I was hiding it, that I'm with this person. No, my family knew him, his family knew me. But at some point, the pregnancy happened, and it was just kind of like protocol, maybe if I can use that word, that okay, we know you guys are together, there's a child, so it was just the right thing to do. But it just never worked out because I think we really didn't have we didn't have a foundation maybe as to how we're going to do this. We didn't discuss how the whole thing was going to go on, the whole marriage thing was going to happen. So yeah.
All right. So it seems like the burden of parenting rests more on the single mother than it does on the father. Can you please unpack that for me a little bit?
Okay, let's say we decide we break up today, and I'm the one with the baby. I'm the one who has to wake up at night. I'm the one who has to...
You have to breastfeed,
change
the nappies.
Exactly, and I'm not saying it's too much. Of course, I can handle that. But then, obviously, everything falls on me. I'm the one that has to make sure that the child is fed. 5 to 6 years, I'm the one that has to make sure, okay, I school. I have to run after the father and say, no, okay, this is what is happening. The child is sick, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Everything falls upon the mother. If there's a problem with the child, you have to go and report, all that stuff.
All right, so please take us through not the hardships, but the journey of being a single mother.
Well, first of all, it's difficult being a single mother. There's just so much going on emotionally, physically, mentally. It can be draining. Sometimes it's got its days. It's beautiful some days, and the next day it's just not. It's just not. You're not feeling it. Sometimes For me personally, it's. I have some regrets. There are some days where I actually regret. Why did I even meet this person? And why did I allow myself? Why did I allow myself? Because a whole lot could have happened for me during that period. When I was pregnant, I was meant to do so much. I'm not going to get into it, but I was meant to do so much that I didn't do. And right now, my point in life right now, I'm trying to, make up for that time whilst I was having a child and going through all that. So it's really difficult. It's difficult financially. Everything. Yeah.
So I get people saying parenting is hard. I will love it, you're a single parent or if both parents are there, like parenting is hard. So sometimes they say single mothers are crybabies because even the same pressure that you're going through as a married parent is what I'm going through as a single parent.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Why?
I believe Wuti Mali too, there's more power and there's a lot that you can achieve with Mali too. Hence
Can I add on to that as well? For me, I have a son, right? And I live with him and the father is not present. It's difficult raising a male child and you're a woman.
Exactly.
Because it's at an age where there are some things that a guy should be, teaching him. He should be having a father figure in his life, but the father is not around. The father is only there on school holidays, and that's really a short space of time for him to learn some certain things. So it's difficult on that part as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So how has society treated you as a single mother? The people around you, is there any kind of stigma? Because I'm looking also at the difference between now and back then. Back then it was like,
what?
And so forth. Is that still happening now?
It is.
It is, but I think but it's the...
Have you faced any?
Yes.
Please tell us about it. We want to hear that.
Like, I had my first son when I was 20. So trying to get back into the dating scene and all that, it's hard because once I'm a mom, so
Yeah.
you know.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, so it's just.
All right, so apart from the stigma that you face from potential partners, what other stigma do single mothers face?
Mostly from the elders. You know, the moment you say you are pregnant at that particular age, it's like, so you're pregnant before we were hoping that you'll get married and we'll have this big wedding and all that. There's so much expected of you. And then next thing, you are pregnant. So the stigma is there on that side. And then when you look at our age group, I think they are more accepting to, Uguti, you have a child, and they accept it a little bit more than abantu abadala. It's like, it's a big thing. It's a big deal, yeah. Uguti, you have a child. And trust me, no parent wants their child to actually marry someone already. Also there are very few.
Yes.
Trust me, there are very few. Abantu abadala bafuna ukuthi umntana wabo must get married to someone who already has a child. It just looks like you know so much. It's as if I don't know. It's
Experienced a lot.
Exactly. So
Do guys get the same flack, like single fathers? Do they get the same flack, the same stigma, the same burden as single mothers?
No.
I think guys get away with a lot.
they get away with a lot. Yeah.
I think they still get away with that up to today.
Why is that?
Because they're men,
So
you know. It's
Yeah.
you know, it's the same thing like saying, okay, a woman got married to two men. It's like it's a taboo. You know what I mean? Yes, it's a
But
taboo.
when they can get
Yes.
4 and it's okay.
Same applies with having kids. He can have 6, and me having 6 kids before a certain or
a
after a
guy.
certain, you know.
For a guy,
So no,
it's
no.
cool, you know, it's cool. I've got 2 kids, you know.
All right. So let's talk about this a little bit. People are saying if the father of your child is in his child's life, he's supporting you financially, he comes and sees his child, then you're not a single mother.
No, you're a single mother.
Do you guys agree?
You are a single
You
mother.
are.
You're a single mother.
You are not a single
Because-
mother if you're married to that person and you're still with that person, living with him with the child.
So that brings about the question: does parenting then become joint parenting just because you're married? Because he's there, he's supporting your child. He comes to see him. He's being the father figure that your son needs, but just from a different house. So are you a single mother when your partner is doing all? Are your partners doing all they can for your sons?
Yeah, all they can.
Question mark, all they can. Okay.
I would have preferred, you know, if he could do more than he is doing now.
More like what? What? Okay, maybe let's talk to the single fathers out there. What more would you like to see them doing for their sons apart from marrying us? Because some people are saying the only argument is just because I'm not married.
Yes,
to
just because I couldn't marry
you.
you, so now you're saying
now
that.
you're a single mother and you're crying foul. So what would you like to see single fathers doing out there?
Well, for me, I feel like, okay, I can cut out the marriage part with this person because he has his own life with whoever is, you know. I would love to see more of time spent with the child.
With his son.
More of, you know, it doesn't take so much. Sometimes it's just a phone call and stuff like that. It's those little things, they really count a lot. His birthdays and stuff like that, buy a gift for the child. Because most of the times this child lives with me and he gets all of that. Can he just be surprised one day and his dad just pitches up without letting us know that he's coming to see him? That would be a nice surprise for the child, you know?
What would you like to see happen?
I think time is important in
Time, yeah.
umntwana abone ukuthi okay, my dad is sacrificing ukuthi abe nami. It's not only mom who's doing all the stuff for me, you know. Time is important.
All right, so we've heard the phrase baby mama drama. Out there, let drama, you know, there's this, if you meet someone and he's a father to a child, they're like, ooh, the mother. Do you guys, have you ever been accused of such kind
People
of...
who say that are the people who are in a relationship with the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think anyone else would just say, oh, baby mama. It's more the partner on the other end of the equation.
But do they have a point? Do they have a point?
bakhona abantu abale drama.
Yeah, that's
Bakhona
what
abantu, not
yeah.
everyone.
Not everyone has drama, no.
Because I don't think ukuthi as a person, lawo drama yakuyifunda empilweni yakho. No. So I don't think ukuthi I would go and ngiba umsindo.
Also remember that that particular drama happened because something pushed that thing to happen.
Yeah.
You
so
know, you don't
you're
just...
saying it's not necessarily drama, but when you expect a certain level of commitment to treat your son, then they say you're a drama.
Then they say you have drama.
All right. So you two ladies have sons. So let's concentrate on them a little bit because we've been concentrating on us as ladies more. Do you think growing up without a father affects a son, or growing up without a father affects a daughter? And ukuthi uyakhula misfit, ukhula kukhona okushotayo just because they don't have their father.
And I think I'm trying by all means to make up space on understanding so ukuthi ubaba gakho every single day. You know, and when he's there, when the small boy sees ubaba, you know, I think la uyazama ukuthi amake up his card. So
You know, for me personally, I grew up without my father being around. I was raised by my mom. My father was never there half the time. I can actually count on my 10 fingers how many times I actually saw him, you know. So I saw how my mom went through the whole thing, and I saw, because I have an older sister as well, who also had a child out of wedlock before she actually got married, because she's married now. We had a child out of wedlock. And I saw how it actually put my mom through. Like, I could see she wasn't happy that, okay, she also went through something like this, and now her kids are going through something like this. So I really think she tried to, you know, to be the two parents in that aspect, you know. So it does affect you at some point. It does.
How do you think it affects you as a child to grow up without your father?
Wow. You know, it's okay, you know, when I'm trying to like think back, there are days where there's some kids, you'll be playing outside and they talk about my dad this, my dad that, oh, my father this, my father that. And it's really, it gets to you sometimes. It really gets to you. Yeah, it used to get
him. Like, do you think does he ever come to you and say,
you mean my son?
Dad was around more? Yes, we're talking about the children, the effect of, you know, being a single parent on a child. Like, do they come to you and say, I wish Baba was around more, or Eskolo Baba Babu and my dad wasn't there?
Yeah. My son does that too. And I think in a way we am affected. But
well, for me, you know, my son has actually came to me to ask me why you guys not staying together, you know. It was a difficult question to answer, but I answered it the best way I could. So I'm not quite sure if he's got something going on his part, but I've talked to him about it all. So I think it should affect him in a way. Definitely, it should.
All right. So we want to talk, I said to you guys before we started talking that you are the voice of other single mothers out there that are unable to speak about their situations because of society, you know, don't speak about your problems in public. What are the challenges that single mothers are facing? We want to look at all aspects, whether it's emotionally, psychologically, financially, and so forth. What challenges are single mothers facing in our community?
Wow, in our community. Mostly...
looking at your own personal experiences.
Support. I think support from other people. You know, you have a child and there's a barrier sort of. You are kind of like... People distance themselves sometimes to a point. Yes, I've noticed with me personally, there's some people who actually, they've got their kids who are married, we're the same age, you know, that there's that thing, no, you shouldn't be friends with these people just because I have a child. And that doesn't define who I am, you know. I'm this great person and I'm not all these things you assume I am just because I have what? I have a kid. So. Society sometimes is very hard to deal with, but you just do your best. You do your best.
You speak about a support system. Did you guys have, or do you guys have a strong support system that helps you overcome whatever challenges you're coming across?
Yeah, I'm thankful that I think I've got a very strong support system. I've got my parents, I've got my sister and my brother, and if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here today because emotionally, I've felt like I'm losing it. You know, that there was a time where I actually thought it was gonna be easier if I wasn't alive. How would you think of finances? You know, you think okay, I have to do my hair, but at the same time I have to buy this phone
for the children.
You know, I have to sacrifice. I see that I sacrifice a lot. Owami, and I do it for Mutwana. You know, and being umuntu.
Trust me, you do that almost every day. You sacrifice every day.
Every single day. And being a person, I'm not, as for me, I'm not umuntu uti like every second saying for okay.
Yeah.
So because I don't want to fall into a category, you know, baby mama
drama.
Yes, I'm avoiding that. I take over burden, and when he can come in, I let
it's
him
fine.
do it. Yes, it's fine.
Yeah. So you guys mentioned how the fathers get a free pass. Whose responsibility is it to hold them accountable? Because I hear you saying, and so forth. So who is going to hold them accountable and make sure that they bear the burden as much as their female counterparts?
I think hey, for me, it's, you know, okay.
Put them to task.
All right. Let me kind of give a personal example. For me, you know, when we broke up, I wasn't talking to him for years. 4 years, trust me. It was my mother who was actually the go-between between me and him because of the child that was present. So in the past couple of, I think, years or so, I don't know, for some reason, I kind of felt I needed to pitch in, because how long was this going to be? My mother's not going to be around for so long, you know, so who's going to be doing the whole talking that, okay, this child needs this. So I had to get in. So sometimes I am that person who's like, hey, look, things are like this right now, and you need to do this and this, because right now I'm facing this and that, and you have to pitch in at some point. So I think
All right. So we took this conversation
just have to be
Twitter earlier, and one gentleman had a question. He's like, are single mothers ever really happy at some point?
Oh yes.
Why
not?
Okay.
Yes.
Like, are they ever happy? So I want you guys to respond to this question for him so that he sees this.
I'm very happy right now. I am very happy. I'm even more happier than when I was with the father, actually. Yeah.
All right. So before we wrap up our conversation, let's talk about co-parenting. Because I feel like that is a reality of a lot of millennials and, you know, 90s, 2000s.
Yeah.
What needs to happen to make co-parenting a possibility? I heard you saying we'll spend years without talking to each other because you put your feelings ahead of the needs of Umtwana, because you're like, I'm angry at you.
But then it's important again to do that, because I think at first you have to give yourself iskhathi sokuthi uphole from whatever broke you guys apart, and then, because once you force things in the sense of ukuthi labe local city wa co-parenting, every single time when you try and talk, you will be fighting.
Yeah, and it was more like that for me, and I'm very short-tempered. It was like, you would just say something and I just lose it. So it was better that my mom be the one who.
Then after some time, both of you have healed and co-parenting can begin. You know, the needs of the child.
So what's the best case scenario of co-parenting?
Best case scenario? Well, for starters, at least now I have his number. He has my number. So yes, we can communicate. So that communication now is there, and I think I'm keeping it at ease, and I think I'm handling it well, because we only discuss the child. That's it. There's nothing else.
Really?
I'm telling you, nothing else. Nothing else. If I am talking to him or I'm saying hi on WhatsApp or something, we are definitely talking about the child.
All right.
So
a lot of single mothers have been accused of using their children
To get
revenge or get back to because or you speak ill of your partner in front of your child and so forth, because apparently there's this bitterness and so forth.
I think that's also a phase.
Yeah.
But
It comes and goes.
yes,
Yeah,
it comes and
it's-
goes.
Get
Trust
over
me.
it at a point.
Yeah, you'll be at that point. But then later on, you'll be just like, okay, fine. Life has to go on. Umntwana has to see ubabakhe, you know.
Yeah,
Now I
yeah.
have to look after myself. You know, my life as an individual, you know.
All right. So I want you to talk to ladies out there. Maybe they're already single parents. Maybe it's possible that they'll become single parents. What words do you have for them? Because, like I was saying, we're trying to fight the stigma, the negativity surrounding being a single mother or a single parent. What words do you have for them?
Well, I would like to say that try as much as possible to, keep the communication as limited as possible, really. Just communicate when need be. Because let's remember also that this other person has probably someone else that side. So you need to, keep
Also,
things...
respect is number one.
respect as well. And you need support as well from family.
Yeah.
You need to make sure if you have a problem, just talk to anyone in the family regarding the child and all those kind of things. So, yeah.
Would you tell them to avoid being a single mother if they can?
Yes. Avoid it at all costs if possible.
Yeah.
But then again, you can't predict the future. So,
Can
but if
you
possible,
not, though? Because when our conversation started, we spoke about our responsibility as women when it comes to whether or not we become single parents, education, contraception, and so forth. So that's why I'm asking Wuti, if you were to advise them and say, is that a route that they should take, or if they can, they should avoid it?
Yeah. Get married first before
Before
anything.
anything else.
Yeah.
Anything else.
Yeah.
All right, please give us your final words as a single mother to our viewers.
Okay. It's not an easy journey. It's hard. It's challenging. But then, at the end of the day, I have two beautiful sons, two beautiful souls who look up to me, and it's actually.
Yeah, as much as, there are bad days, but trust me, the good days are more than the bad days.
Yeah.
I think I laugh almost every day. He's a funny child. He makes me, he makes me happy. So at the end of the day, just see the good in it. Don't just see the bad.
Dwell on the bad.
Yeah, don't just dwell on the bad and, just be happy you have the blessing. Because children are blessings at the end of the day. Yeah.
All right, there you have it. That was Mendy and Vu talking about being single mothers. There are good days and there are bad days. So don't beat yourself up if you are a single parent. You are strong and you can do this. And if you can, avoid being a single mother. That is it for our Girls Table today. Blessed.